So a lot of people requested a tutorial on how I edited the intro for my very first YouTube video talking about editing. Almost 17,000 people have watched that video now, and some people thought that the hook was not interesting. Some people thought the hook was very interesting and very catchy. How did you edit the intro to that video? So today I'm going to be filming a tutorial. So we're going to begin by just importing the clip. Let's say this is the clip. Remember, it already has the transition sounds. I'm only just showing you how I do the text effects. It already has like the sounds. Working as an editor has changed my life. Don't be scared to niche down. Yeah, it already has like the suspense music and all of that. The only thing we're going to be adding is the text. So I remember that I used Arial. So we're just going to click on caption, even though this is not what I did, but I'm using the caption option because this is a shorter clip. When I had the entire clip, I just put in the text manually, but now that we only have this short clip, I'm just going to use the generate captions option to be able to get the text so I don't have to put it manually. Perfect. So now it's done. I'm just going to choose the font. Then I chose Arial empty black. I reduced the spacing to -4. Perfect. And then I now come here. I'm just going to split each word. No, working as an editor should come for one word. Then has changed my life. Yeah, let's come here to reference. I'm going to remove these actually because they shouldn't be there. This is just our reference video. As an editor has changed my life. Don't be scared. Okay, don't be scared. To niche down. Chelsea, come on now. I don't even know if I animated this. So maybe we can just jump to every single day, every single year, every single month, blah blah blah. Somebody is out there deciding that they want to start their creator journey. I think this was all together. Okay, so now we're ready to start animating. I'm going to reference my video again. So the first animation is just working as an editor faded in. So how I did that was basically come back here. I'm going to go back to text. I'm going to untick apply to main captions. This will mean that any change that I make is not going to be affected. Like the other captions are not going to be affected, right? So I came here and then I'll just reduce this to the size that I want. I'm going to click on Command C. If you're using a PC or a desktop that is not Mac, I think it's Control C, but on MacBook it's Command C, and that's what I'm using. And then I'll click on Command V to paste. Okay, so working as an editor changed my life. I'm going to go here again just to reference it. So it came from the bottom, landed at the top, and then everything just faded away. Okay, so I'm going to do Control V, Control V. So typically what I do is I want each of these words to be their own separate thing. I want all of them to start on the same. Okay, let me turn on my tracking so that it snaps in place. Yeah. Okay, so working as an editor. So this is our base layer. I'm going to choose the first one and I'm going to cancel or delete as an editor. And I'm going to align working on top of working, if that makes sense. Yeah. Next one, I'm going to delete working and editor. I'm going to come here to be sure that there's no space. Perfect, I deleted that. So as an editor, I'm going to align it on top of this. As an, I can zoom in just to see, right? And then editor. And I'm going to move this just directly on top. Perfect. So this is just a guideline. This particular is just a guideline, just so that I know how aligned they ought to be. I'm going to zoom out and then I'm going to go at this top right corner. I'm going to click on guides and rulers and I'm going to add a horizontal guide. And I'm going to bring my guide down here a bit, just underneath the words. Perfect. Because I want to animate them, right? And editor is the first word. working as an. So I'm going to bring this little by little, and I want it to come up as I say editor. So editor, I'm going to click on this spot. This is where I've selected. Remember, this is not the beginning of the word editor. This is just somewhere where I want it to be. And you can always change that later. Like you can always fix that later. But for now, I'm going to just click on position. I'm going to click on add keyframes. I'm also going to click on scale. I'm going to click on add keyframe. I'm going to come to blend and also click on opacity and add keyframe. Then I'm going to go to the beginning of it. I'm going to come here. No, actually, I'm going to come to scale, add keyframe. I'm going to come to position. I'll add a keyframe, and then I'll move the word editor down just a bit, and then I'll bring this down, the opacity to 0 basically, and then I'll delete this one. Actually, I won't delete it. I'll just hide it on another, yeah, just in case I need it later. So this is what we have now. As an editor, right? So it just comes up, which I think the animation is great, but we can make it even better by double clicking or right clicking. And then I'm going to go to show variable speed animation. I'll click on show variable speed animation. If we're going from up to down, I think that that's y axis. If we're going from left to right, I think that that's x axis. So we're going to click on the y. Yes, I'm correct. I'm going to double click again, and I'm going to select show all presets. Once I click on select or show all presets, I'm going to click cubic out because I want it to enter slow and then fast. Yeah, and then I'll double click on it again, and then I'll show hide variable speed animation. So now when I play it, as an editor, actually I think everything was animated in working. Okay, so working, we're going to do the same animation for working. We want it to land where it is right now, so we're going to add keyframe to scale, add keyframe to position, and add keyframe to opacity. Then we're going to come forward and we're going to add keyframe to scale, add keyframe to position, bring it down with the help of our guide, and then reduce the opacity, and the keyframe will automatically be there. So remember, we're adding keyframes to 3 places: opacity, position, and scale. So then we're also going to include the same for our y-axis. We're going to do cubic out, and then we're going to close it. Yeah, so we have working. We're going to do as an editor. Working as. So yeah, here we're going to do the same animation: scale, position, opacity. We're going to come to the beginning. We're going to do scale, position. We're going to bring this down, and then we're going to do opacity to 0. And then we're going to click on this, cubic out, and then we're going to close it back out. So now this is what we have. Working as an editor. So working as an editor, but we're not done. I'm going to go to all the animations, and I'm going to click on the in animation called fading. Also, it's very much advisable that when you're editing with Capcut and you're in Nigeria, I would beg you, especially if you're editing for international clients, please get a VPN. It's so important because then you have more options when it comes to like animation, more options when it comes to effects and all of that. But luckily for us, fading exists in Nigeria, and I'm just trying to find it. And let's see. Working as an editor. See? Working as an editor has changed my life. Okay, so we have has changed. We're just going to layer them on top of each other because we want the duration to be at the same time. Like we want the words to show on the screen at the same time. So how you do that is that you just put them on top of each other. right? So has changed my life. Has was like big right here. I think it was even much bigger. Has changed. Change was a lot smaller, just right here. Has changed my life. My life, big, and right here. So I think what I did was that I removed the background. And so has changed my life. Yeah, so I removed the background. So I'm just going to click on has changed my life. It's a okay, so has changed my life starts from here. Always look at the, you can make this taller, track heights, tall. Yeah. So you can always look at the waveforms just so that it tells you where your words started from and where it ended. So has changed my life. Right, so we're just going to cut here as well, and then for here we're going to Control C, Control V. We're going to put them on top of each other, reduce the volume of this one, and then go and remove the background, and it's just going to automatically process. Once the background has been removed, we're going to make sure that it is aligned, and then once it is, we're going to take this above the text so that now the text appears behind my head, if that makes sense. Okay, so we have to also fix this has changed my life. So I'm going to reduce this so that it starts from here. So working as an editor has changed my life. I think I animated my life. I think that's the only thing I animated. And here I just picked maybe like the fold. Yeah, perfect. I think I picked the fold. Just again, can always again, this is a method that you can use for anything. Like if you're trying to recreate the video that somebody else made or somebody else created, just have two videos on Capcut, the one that you're currently working on, and then your reference clip can be on the layer above your main layer, so that they're not the same and they don't stay close together, right? So you can always come back here to just like reference it. So has changed my life. Let me just reduce the volume of this. Okay, so has changed and my life also faded in. The same thing, we're just going to click on the fade in, animation. Has changed my life. Has changed my life. And I need to move this changed a bit to the left just so that it's visible a bit. Yeah, but it doesn't quite look like this. So I don't. So I kind of think I did the same thing. Okay, let's try the keyframe. I think that's what I did. Like I reduced the opacity and then increased it. So instead of that, I'm just going to remove. No, actually, let me not remove. Let me just add. So has, right? I'm reading my lips, so I'm able to tell where to keyframe and stuff. So I'm going to go back to the first one and I'm just going to reduce the opacity. Yeah, much better. And then reduce the opacity. So now let's hear. Editor has changed my life. Editor has changed my life. Yeah. So I think what we have next is don't be scared to niche down, which is where I think I started introducing color because of the way the background looked. I felt like red was like the best color. I didn't really pick it. I just went with the vibe. So don't be scared. We use the same trick that we use here. I'm going to multiply the layers. We need 3 extra ones, so one more. First one, we're going to delete be scared. We're just going to layer this on top of the rest. Yeah, don't. So next B. B. You guys, this is my first tutorial video ever. I hope I'm doing a great job. I'm just going to align them, and if you're not sure of the alignment, you can always zoom in. Scared. Perfect. So then we can take this up and hide it, just in case we need it later. We don't have to start doing it again. So then, so this is what I'm supposed to zoom out. So then, don't be scared. Don't be. Obviously, they don't come in at the same time. Don't be scared. So niche down should be somewhere here, just above, because we want them to appear on the screen at the same time. Remember, once we want anything like that, we're going to just put the duration. We're going to put the duration together so that they are directly on top of each other. This one we're still going to separate, which we can easily do because they're not appearing on the same line, right? So we can easily just go here in the captions to niche down is what we're looking for. And we can just separate it from here to niche down. Perfect. So we still want them to be above each other because they're appearing on the screen at the same time, right? So we increase the duration. This is how we set the foundation for what we're about to do. So don't be scared. We're going to align our guide right just below the text. Perfect. So don't, this one has to come really fast because it's a short word. So we're going to click there, maybe like the third or fourth frame. Scared, sorry, scale, position, opacity. We're going to come to the beginning and we're going to click on scale. You don't even have to do scale. This is just in case you want to have to move anything or, you know. So for position, I'm going to take my domes down and then I'm going to reduce the opacity. So don't be, so be the same thing applies. Scale, position, and opacity. Come to the first frame, scale, position, opacity, and for the position we're going to move down a bit. I think that that's perfect for me. You don't have to take it down. It just needs to show that it's sliding from down up, like it's easing in. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. So for scared, we want it to land here, right? So we're going to animate this first. Scale, position, opacity. We're going to move forward. Scale, position, opacity. Yeah, and then I'm going to move this so that it's very first frame. I'm going to move this. Oops, scared. So what we have now is this. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. So for scared, it's a little bit slow. So let's try. If we move the two keyframes closer together, it's faster. Don't be scared. So 2, niche, down. This is where they will be. Not anywhere here. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. So now this is not perfect, but it kind of gives you an idea. We're going to go and show variable speed animation. We're still, you know, using our y-axis. And we're selecting cubic out. And then we're closing it back. Hide variable speed animation. We're doing the same thing here. And Yeah. Y-axis, show all, cubic outs. You can try ease in, you can try ease out. I really don't know what it's going to look like. But this is the effect that I prefer, which is why I'm using cubic out. And I'm only applying it to the y-axis. Cubic out. And then I'm just going to hide variable speed animation. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. So my scared looks kind of wobbly, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to try to be so particular about it. I think that when I was bringing it down, just below the guide, I moved it slightly to the left than it should be. So I would even advise that if you're doing this, you can also add a vertical guide. So if you put it here and then you move your S down, you know where it's meant to land, right? So that this kind of mistake doesn't happen again. Last step is to add our fading to all of them. Don't be scared. So we have. Don't be scared to. Don't be scared to. I think for niche, I now chose the red color. Yeah, I just went to the edge of my color thingy and I just chose it. You can also decide to choose this one. It really just depends on you. And then I made it much bigger. And I tried to make the two to fit in between. Sometimes I like to do that just for coherence, so that there's not too much space in between them. So now I want to see the animation for the down. That's why I'm zooming in. Yeah, they all faded in basically. It's also important to note that regardless of what you're editing and the text animation you do and all of that, sound kind of is what makes it come alive. Like sound is so important. Sound is what gives it life, right? And then all the movement. And also the movement has to match the sound. So just a pro tip. Actually, for niche down, let's not fade in. Let's just do let's use the opacity keyframe to do the fading. Yeah. Same as the down. Instead of fading in, we can just use the opacity keyframe to fade it in. To niche down. To niche down. So my down also was much smaller and it was just at the edge here, I think. Niche down. Chelsea, come on now. So now every single day, every single second, every single year, every single, my favorite part. So this is like so easy. I chose one layer every single day and I just reduced the size. So how small I wanted it. So every single right. And then every single year, every single month, every single second. I'm going to just so I'm going to put this for the duration of that. I'm going to say every single day. Okay, so every single day starts here actually. So every single day. Every single year. Every single month. Every single month. Every single second. So I'm just cutting them. So every single day, every single, we're only leaving the word year. We're also only leaving the word month. and we're also only leaving the word second, right? So now, every single day, we're going to copy and paste. We need another layer. Remember how we roll. So every single day, let's reference our. So every single day, every slid up, like sorry guys, every single day. Perfect. So we need 3 of those, and we're going to align them the same way. So every single I'm going to align this here as well. Zoom in if you can't see. Then day, every single day. Perfect. So every single day, we have our layer now. We can now take this up to the hidden layer where we hide all the text that we're not using. Perfect. So we have every single day, every single year. So every and single remains the same. The only thing that's changing is day, year, month, and second. So every single day, we're going to start animating just like we've done for the previous ones. So now for day, every single day. Every single day. So that's where we want day to land. So scale, position, opacity. We're going to come forward, scale, position, opacity. Then we're going to bring this down just a bit. Oh, need our guide. So we're going to bring this down just a bit. And then bring this a little. Oh, sorry guys. And then reduce the opacity. So we're going to bring this forward so that it's much faster. So here what we have now is every single day. Let's add our graph. Y-axis, we're going to use cubic out. Show all presets, cubic out. Perfect. We're going to close or hide. We're going to come here. Same thing we're going to do here. Show variable speed animation. Y-axis, because we're coming from up to down. Oh, Y-axis, we're selecting cubic out as well, and then we're hiding it, and then we're going to apply our fading. Every single, same thing as here, fading. Every single day. Same thing as here as well. We're going to show variable speed animation. Y-axis, we're going to show all presets and select cubic out. We're also going to hide it, and then add fading, right? Now, here's where the magic happens. Every single day, as we're saying day, in fact, let's change the color of day because the color of day was changed. Yeah, so we're going to use this red. You can just double click on it to copy, Control C, and then we're going to come here to year. Every single year. I'm going to also reduce the size, or we can just come here to check what is the scale. The scale is 71. 71. Perfect. We're going to also put it here, right? Every single year. So every single day, we want it to also continue to fade, right? So opacity, position, and scale. For position now, we want it to go up, and then we want it to fade, right? So this is what we will have.
day, every single day.
So as this is moving up, we can even bring this much closer.
Every single year, every single day, every single day, every single.
We also want this to be coming into the frame, and we want this to be, remember we copied our color, so we'll just double click on this and Command V, and here changes color, right?
Every single year, every single day,
So we want this to land every single year. This is where we want year to land, so we're going to just mark keyframes there, right? And then we're going to come here, just forward a bit. We're going to take year down. We're going to also fade year out, right? And then we're also going to do this. So what we'll kind of have is
every single year.
So as day is going
every
up,
single year.
Year is coming. So this is how I basically did all of it.
Every single day, every single year. Every single day, every single year.
And we're going to repeat the same process. So you can even Control C, copy attributes, and just paste attributes. Right?
Every single.
Okay, so that didn't work. Let's not do that. So every single day.
Every single year.
So for month as well, we'll change the color. And we'll change the scale. Remember, the scale is 71. 71, so that it will be the same size. And then we'll just make it all small letters. Perfect. So we're going to bring month here. This is where she should appear. Month, right? But we have to listen again. We have to listen again for when month should be coming in as year is fading out. So this is it. Now we're going to come here and say so every so the moment it says every
single year.
So every is where we keyframe. Right, and then we come back here for reference. What's the distance between them? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 frames. Perfect. So this is where we will now keyframe as going up and fading out. Right, so
single year, every single year, every single.
So what did we do here? Oh, we didn't add our cubic in and cubic out because I was so confused. Yeah, so show all presets, cubic out, close, and then add our fading.
Every single year.
Perfect.
Every single year, every single year, every
single month. Okay, so this is basically just how I figure all of this out. You have to kind of like go back and forth and see the smoothness of the, of the movement. Is there anything you want to change? Is something too fast, something too slow? That's basically how I edit it.
Every single year, every single.
So for month, I want it to land there. Yeah, but in the beginning, I kind of want it to go down, which is why we have the lines. And then it should fade. It should fade.
Single month. Every single month. Every single month. Every single month. Every single year. Every single month. Every single year. Every single month.
Okay.
Single month. Every single month. Every single month.
So I want to go back here and shift the position. Yeah, and then come back here as well.
Single month. Every single second. Single month. Every
Right, so we cubic out as well.
single month.
We hide variable speed animation, and then we add our fading.
Single month. Every single month. Every single
second. So second is our last animation.
month. Every
So we're going to also animate it out as we've done for the others. Right, and then animate as well. I'm just going to take, no, actually, I'm going to move her above first so we can see. And then this, so.
month. Every single month. Every single.
So second, remember we're changing her color, double click, second, and then our scale has to be uniform, 71%. And she has to be just right here. Every single second. So
month. Every single. Every single second.
so second position and blend, and then we go here and we animate the same things here. We bring the position down a bit and the opacity down.
Month. Every single second.
So somebody's out there. I hope you can see.
Every single day, every single year, every single month, every single second. Month. Every single second.
So it's every single second. Let's zoom in for this one. So somebody is out there deciding that, okay, here we can just cut it from the caption. Somebody is out there, comma, deciding that they want, go back here. We're just going to like cut them up the way that they appeared. So this was typed. All right, so for this one,
Second.
somebody is out there. So we're going to spread it out and reduce the scale. Oops. And then just move it to the side. And we're going to come to text, double click on this, which is there. Or you can just select there and the comma, come to color. And I want to make it red. And then the animation that we use basically is just typewriter. Only thing is you have to make it really slow.
Somebody's out there.
Perfect. So that it is the same duration as your speech, basically.
Somebody's out there.
So deciding, remember we want them to all be the same duration and appear on the screen at the same time. So we're going to put them on top of each other as is the rule. And then we're going to extend their duration. Extend this one to the end as well. Extend this one as well to the end. So deciding. Somebody's out there deciding. So I think this one as well should on the screen at the same time. So we're going to put it on another layer and also extend it so that they all show at the same time. So deciding. Oops. Come here, double click, Control V or Command V. Deciding that you basically just layer it however you want. You want this one to be small. Me, I wanted this one to be small. I wanted the day to be really big. All right, so that's much smaller. And then day, I wanted in such a way that it fits into, yeah, that's how that they want to start their creator journey. So reduce it again as well. You can also decide to add a shadow or something.
Deciding that
they want to start their creator journey. I also think I used the typewriter. And then
start their creator.
So I'll increase it more.
To start their creator journey.
Perfect. So that it basically just aligns, right? And it doesn't really look cool. So I'm going to add a little bit of shadow. And then I'll reduce it to like 40%, which is usually my sweet spot. They want to start their creator journey. Now, you see the way the two lines are together. We don't want that. So we're going to go to lines and then we're going to separate them. Yeah. Give it a little bit of space. Yeah. Then for this one, we're going to bring it down a little bit so that they're not all together. And that is it, guys. So this is basically the tutorial. Very simple, but it's going to take a little bit of time. And yeah, I'm just going to play the final result for you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.
Working as an editor has changed my life. Don't be scared to niche down. Chelsea, come on now. Every single day, every single year, every single month, every single second, somebody is out there deciding that they want to start their creator journey.